Hello and welcome, and thank you for joining. This is going to be a collective full moon reading. Take what resonates, leave what does not, and let's get started. We're going to dive into an energy to see what energy is important for this full moon. It is in Sagittarius. It is a blue moon. Lots of thoughts, lots of processing here. So let's see what's important for the person who's found this. What is important for the person who's found this? Blossoming abundance. I feel like a lot of people are seeing abundance in a different light. You're being challenged to desire more abundance. And we have the Magician and the Mirror at the bottom. This is all about manifestation and how to manifest stronger for you. You could be clearing a lot of things out. There could be a lot of chaos in your outer world. There is a song, You'll Never Walk Alone. It's an older song, you can Google it, but the lyrics are, when you have hope in your heart, you're never walking alone. Have hope in that manifestation energy. Allow yourself the time to dream the life, but then allow the choices to move towards that. And there is a big sense of letting go here. There's an activation of the third eye. Clairvoyance specifically could be coming online for some of you, or maybe you're being pulled to enhance clairvoyance. All right, what does the person who's found this need to know? I want you to be excited though. Whoever this is for is creating new, is growing abundance. And abundance isn't just money. Abundance is joy. Abundance is stability. There is something growing in how you see yourself. All right, let's see what's important here. Let me get some cards. We have the Ten of Wands. We have Caribbean calcite. These tarot cards have crystals on them. So if I have a crystal on the table of what I'm, doing, I will show it to you. The Ten of Wands, though, it's time to release the old energy. It's time to release the heaviness. It's not your job to carry things from chapter to chapter. There's a new chapter coming, but I need you to let go of the old one. We have the Seven of Wands, the learning boundaries. Dalmatian jasper. So I do have Caribbean calcite on this table, and it's actually quite a large piece, and it's a newer piece. So we have the dragon energy, but the Caribbean calcite, this is all about boundaries, letting things go, but this is a very peaceful energy. You are choosing your peace. Keep choosing your peace. This could also be somebody who loves the ocean. If you miss water, go get some water. But the Caribbean calcite also has the sand in it. It's the experience. It's the feeling of grounded, but also flowing, okay? This is where you're allowing the energy that used to maybe control what you did, is now you're letting it flow. The Seven of Wands, yes, is a wall built of boundaries, but it's a balance, okay? You're not just walling yourself up to protect yourself from feeling anything, but you're putting the boundaries in place to find your inner peace, your inner abundance, okay? The outer world shifts first. So if you're in a very chaotic outer world right now, your life is very chaotic, let the chaos exit. The divine will always allow the path for the chaos to exit, or for you to exit the chaos. So look for that opening. Choose yourself in this. You have asked for something greater. Keep growing that vision. But the Magician here, the Magician has all the tools he needs. The biggest challenge right now. The King of Wands. You're going to need to let go of trying to control everything on your path and everyone on your path, okay? I feel like this is going to be for somebody who can't even imagine how amazing this opportunity is going to be or what it's going to turn into. Don't try to control it. The King of Wands here is Amber. Amber's very fire-oriented. However, Sagittarian energy, okay, which is like the energy of this full moon. The Sagittarian energy is all about play. It's that pioneer. It's that excitement. It is inner child, Page of Wands joy. You're not trying to control the universe here. This is where you're allowing things to unfold and you're going to be surprised, okay? But other people are significant. If you feel like you have to control the people around you, I highly recommend exiting that direct, not the direct like connection, but exiting that circle here. This is not meant for you to start controlling other people. The universe is trying to give you back energy you've poured out that needs to come back to the self. But I feel like you might want to use the energy immediately. The goal is to offload energy, not to keep giving it and taking other people's energy on. Yeah, it's all about balance, and it is in the physical world. So it could be not buying everybody everything, especially if it's not your job. It's not trying to fix things that are not your job. But there's a sense of coming back and giving the energy back to yourself. But you also don't know how to yet. This King of Wands wants to just go. I'm getting a very like Fool energy out of this King of Wands. I feel like the path has not unfolded, that this could be a great time of meditation, inflection, of, you know what, how could I make my life bigger? What beliefs are holding me back? What feels heavy and why is it heavy? You know, and not blaming a person, but looking at, well, if that person is heavy to you, why are you allowing it? Like, how do you break this King of Wands here in the pattern? Because right now, yes, you could lead by example, but this King of Wands is trying to outstretch too far. The focus. Well, we have the Empress coming out here with the Moonstone, full moon. Yeah, the Empress, the Moonstone. I do not have a Moonstone up here. But the Moonstone, it's all about that divine feminine energy. And the Empress, she's sitting there and learning her abundance. She's receiving. This isn't a time for you to do. It's a time for you to receive. And we have that Seven of Wands coming back with the boundaries. The focus right now is the boundaries to find your peace. We manifest in a more authentic, higher vibrational way when we're at peace versus when we're frustrated, versus when we're stressed, versus when everybody else is dumping their things that we're trying to fix or help, right? The boundaries here are, you are allowed to take you time. You are allowed to have peace and calm. You are allowed to. And that could be a limiting belief. Maybe you believe that you don't deserve it yet. You do. Six of Swords. Yeah, there is some healing here and moving forward and moving on. We have Tanzanite. There is something you're going to be learning to do different. And this could be something that you've tried to do for a long time, but Ten of Wands, it's done. You're done. It's done. The past is in the past. And it might take your nervous system a while to get used to this. But even if it's an affirmation, you deserve peace. You deserve calm. But the inner you has to have peace and calm. And in order sometimes to work on that inner you, you're going to need to be on your own time and in your own place. And I feel like the beach could be somebody's place of calm and peace. No worries. Seeing Lion King, Hakuna Matata. Literally, no worries. No worries. Trusting in the manifestations. Okay, anything else here? We have the Five of Swords. The biggest challenge is going to be, you know, the stories we tell ourselves. That Five of Swords is self-sabotage. And, you know, there is a belief here, maybe you have to earn peace, that you don't deserve it unless you've earned it. That is something to look at for somebody out there. But what are the things you tell yourself? And what are the things that other people tell you? This Eight of Wands, your views around movement, around action, around communication, okay? And you deserve more of your energy, but you're learning how to do it better. So give yourself grace. I love seeing this Five of Swords as the overall guidance though, because it's showing you your mind doesn't know where you're going. Your mind's not going to be able to make all these plays, okay? And this is Chrysocolla. I do not have Chrysocolla on here. And Astrophyllite is for the Eight of Wands, which I also do not have here. But here's the thing. The Five of Swords and that self-sabotage, it's the stories we tell ourselves. So notice when you tell stories, how accurate to yourself are they? Are they limiting you in any way? There is a very big reflection point in this full moon. Things are trying to be illuminated. With the Empress coming out here, you're seeing your value in a new light. Allow yourself to sit with that. Especially when it doesn't feel comfortable, it means you're unlocking something new. I do want to go into this Five of Swords really quick with 2 more cards, and then I'm going to get an overall guidance here. But you're growing. You're growing. This is not a time to focus on what everybody else is doing. You are growing. Allow yourself to go to the next chapter, or the next, maybe it's a whole new book. Allow yourself to shift into it, because it's going to grow your abundance. Anything else we need to know about the Five of Swords? 10 of Swords. Yeah, you're ending the pattern of sabotaging yourself. If people are trying to, or you feel that people outside of you are trying to sabotage you, that's a mirror that you sabotage yourself in some way. But there's a pattern here though, but I love seeing that 10 of Swords. This is where you start healing that pattern and trust that you deserve what you're asking for. Even if it's the largest dream on the planet to you, you deserve it. There is a way to align to what drives you. Especially in love, and we have boundaries here. Sometimes in connections, we're either trying to control the other person, or, you know, force another person, or get another person to understand us, or just bring in love in general. Don't overthink love, first of all. You deserve love, but you don't deserve love on other people's terms. You deserve it on your terms. And it's where you get it to find that grounding of what aligns with you, what is important to you. We all have different important things in relationships, and our priorities are different, but you've got to be clear about what's important to you regarding connections. Now, the other part of the Lover's card is the card of choice. When we make choices, sometimes we want to back out of them, and our nervous system tells us, oh, no, don't follow that. We don't know where it's going to go. Follow your intuition. You're learning how to follow your decisions and your choices better. And also understanding we all have options, okay? And if you make a choice on an option and realize, ooh, I wasn't really a fan of that choice, make a different choice the next go around. There's always going to be another opportunity to make the choice that is from a different perspective and a higher version of where you're at, all right? So let's get an overall oracle to close this out. But trust the growth. Trust the growth, especially if it feels heavy right now. All right. Who's the person who's found this need to know? Live the question. Curiosity. Open your mind and live into it. Be curious. Be curious about what makes you tick. What excites you? What doesn't? What's the pattern? Where'd you get the pattern? This is all that kind of philosophical energy of the full moon, and it's going to bring things to light. Your goal right now is, how do you limit yourself? What limits you? What patterns of the mind? That Five of Swords, those are patterns we learn from maybe our family, maybe where we went to school, or our friends, or they're patterns that were ingrained in us where we feel the need to talk ourselves out of things. Now, I will say, a lot of times that starts with the inner child of the younger child of us that, you know, learned how to be away out of protection. You don't need that anymore. You have the ability to make choices from a different perspective than the young 12-year-old version of you. You have gained a lot more wisdom and a lot more knowledge. Keep asking the questions and understanding. Now, I will say, live the question. This is about you. This is about internally you. It's not necessarily getting all the answers for every anything around you. It's internal, okay? So don't get lost in the external. You can acknowledge something in the external is not what it seems, but make sure that you're coming back to, well, what is? What really is when it comes to you? You deserve that much. There is so much self-growth here. Allow yourself to open your mind and think beyond what you've ever thought possible. that also is going to enhance your manifestation here, all right? And it's going to enhance the third eye growth, okay? Your journey has just begun. This is somebody who might think that they're farther into the journey than they might be. Open your mind. The journey, it's like you opened a whole new level, a whole new map in an inspiring way. Don't limit your life, all right? Love, light, and positive vibes.